Right, 18 October 2025, and today I'm so excited to be giving you a special broadcast because, as we said, we are trying to avoid the evening updates, but I can see that we have to come back to the evening updates. People are very despondent after what happened today in Mutare. We were not expecting this to go through. And I'm sure that people who were looking at what was happening thought that people were going to see sense and they were not going to go with ED 2030. So we've now reached this point where Mnangagwa has agreed to go for 2030. Mnangagwa has been refusing to go to 2030 for a year. So over a year, he has been refusing to go. The decision to go to 2030 was made within the last few weeks because Mnangagwa is afraid of what will happen if Chiwenga gets into office. So an assessment has been made, and Mnangagwa believes that too much has happened, and he's trying to force a situation where he stays in office, but it will not work. So Mnangagwa is not going to manage to push through the resolution to go, or the constitutional amendments that are required. You can take this to the bank. Today is 18 October. Mnangagwa is not going to be able to do it. The resistance is going to be too much, especially from the security structures. The security structures of Zimbabwe are furious at what has happened today. That is Mnangagwa going for 2030. Advice has been given throughout that Mnangagwa should not break the constitution. So what has happened now is breaking the constitution of Zimbabwe. This is something that is not taken lightly from the security structures. Do not be afraid. Mnangagwa will not go to 2030. Mnangagwa is destroyed his own legacy. Mnangagwa and his family are not going to stay in Zimbabwe. You can take it from me. Mnangagwa is going to have to flee the country. What is done today is the beginning of the end. So let me show you what happened last year. Last year, Mnangagwa said he's a constitutionalist. He refused to go to the third term. The reason why he said that is because of SADC. Remember, Mnangagwa was SADC chair. So now the reason why Mnangagwa wants to go into this third term is because he's no longer the SADC chair, and there's no pressure on him. However, the biggest reason is the fear of Chiwenga, what Chiwenga will do. But I think Mnangagwa should fear Zimbabweans more. Many Zimbabweans have now turned against Mnangagwa after what he did. People did not expect Mnangagwa to accept this 2030. Look at what happened last year. Let's go back to the resolution number 1 when it was passed.
In September and on Tuesday, I will read the resolution which all provinces passed and which was also supported by the thematic committees which sat yesterday and today. And this resolution appears in all the thematic committees. And this is the resolution. That the President and First Secretary of ZANU-PF, His Excellency Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa's term of office as President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and First Secretary of ZANU-PF be extended beyond 2028 to 2030. Just before I took the podium, I whispered in the ear of the President, is what you told me on the 3 meetings still stand? And he was emphatic. It still stands. So His Excellency is saying, I'm a constitutionalist. I will abide by the Constitution, which limits presidential terms, and I have no intention of serving beyond 2028. This will come as sad news to you, but please don't stone the messenger.
Okay, so you can go and watch that video. It's widely available. So that is why I'm saying to you, Mnangagwa will never be able to go to 2030. It will never happen. You can take it from me. No one in Zimbabwe is going to allow it. Mnangagwa is not going to go to 2030. And where Mnangagwa is right now, he knows this. He's not going to go to 2030. He's going to try, but what he's just done is to tarnish his own reputation. He has tarnished his image, his own image in the region. He has tarnished his own image internationally. Mnangagwa is now being seen as one person that is refusing to step down, that is breaking the constitution. So do not be afraid. And many people, they now support Chiwenga. They support Chiwenga for what he's done. He's taken a firm stance on this destruction of ZANU-PF as a party. The people that are agreeing to 2030, they're a disgrace to ZANU-PF, they're a disgrace to our country. That is people like Oban Chunguri, people like Mchangwa, people like Owen Muda, all these people who are in ZANU-PF, they're a disgrace to ZANU-PF. If you look at the people that are pushing 2030, like Tagure, people like Wikino, they are not ZANU-PF people. They are people who should know better. Those are the people who fought in the struggle. There is no struggle which was fought so that Mnangagwa can come and break the constitution. It makes no sense. And I will not support it. And I hope that none of you guys support it. Do not be filled with fear. So most of the guys, they are afraid. That is the problem. You are full of fear. Then you accept something and you just wonder what you're going to do. You must understand. Someone like Chiwenga sits next to Mnangagwa and opposes ED 2030 in 2024. He does it again in 2025. We can disagree with Chiwenga on other things like strategy and so forth. But in this particular case, Chiwenga has done very well. He has made sure that he stood in place with the citizens, and he has also stood with ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF under Chiwenga is going to be much better ZANU-PF. It is clear to see. The reason why Mnangagwa was all along saying he's not going to go to 2030 is because he said he's a constitutionalist. Last week, in a dossier, Chiwenga wrote that you want to go to 2030, and they denied it. Mchangwa even denied it, said wait for 2028. And now we see this resolution passing. So what I expect is they're going to move against Chiwenga, but the resistance from the public is just going to be too much. And as I said, it's simple. Mnangagwa is just afraid that he's going to be arrested for everything that is done to ZANU-PF and also to the whole country. He's done so much. He has destroyed the country. Mnangagwa has destroyed our country. So I don't want to take long. I just want you guys to know it won't happen. There is no one in parliament. There is no one in the citizenship. There is no one in ZANU-PF who is going to allow Mnangagwa to go for a third term. And don't allow it. That is the stance we're taking. We're not accepting a third term from Mnangagwa. Zhakapera Sisipo Gesha is not going to become president until 2030. And if we allow it, you will see that we are going to be the worst country ever. So let's resist this. This is my stance myself. I don't know about you. My stance is whoever opposes ED 2030, we're going with that person. I know there's a big cost to this. We are going to have to face the cost of whatever is going to come. But do not accept ED 2030. That is the worst thing. We don't want a constitution that is changed. Like anyone just changes the constitution. If they decide 2030, they go. If they say 2035, they go. At what point is it going to stop? We want stability. We want elections. And I've said this about our military and our security. They go there and they sit there and they don't make the rules. All the guys from the military, Air Force, all these were sitting there, police yesterday, prison service. And they don't make the rule that you can't make such a resolution. It's not allowed. It's not constitutional because it's unconstitutional. If you think that I'm lying, let's go back to Patrick Chinamas. He said this thing is unconstitutional. It will need 2 referendums to pass it. This very same resolution last year, he said it would need 2 referendums and Mnangagwa can't be a beneficiary. So what Mnangagwa is doing is unconstitutional. And the people who are in ZANU-PF who are accepting it, why are they accepting it? On what basis are they accepting that someone can change the constitution and then become president to 2030? For what? What is Mnangagwa done? to this point. So let's look at what Chinamasa said last year here.
Passed, and which was also supported by the thematic committees which sat yesterday and today. And this resolution appears in all the thematic committees. And this is the resolution that the President and First Secretary of ZANU-PF, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Mnangagwa's term of office as President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and First Secretary of ZANU-PF be extended beyond 2028 to 2030. Is it legally possible? And the short answer I gave was that yes, it's legally possible. But listen, but to achieve it, we will need two separate constitutional amendments. One amendment to remove the presidential term that is fixed in the Constitution. The next amendment, constitutional amendment, should be to remove the disability that the Constitution places on His Excellency to serve beyond 2028. Listen, and the constitutional bills must be separate, not in one constitutional bill. And each constitutional bill must be followed by a referendum. So we are looking here at two constitutional amendment bills, going through all the motions, and also two separate referenda. So I felt on this amendment I should seek instructions from His Excellency the President. I was granted a meeting in August where he raised the issue and to find out what his position is. I was given an answer, but I was not satisfied. I asked it again for a meeting mid-September, again to seek an answer. I was given the same answer that I was given in August. But just to be sure whether I was in the right direction, I called and asked for another meeting, which His Excellency granted me on Tuesday. And this time I had a witness. I was not alone, fortunately. I was given the same answer that I was given in August, in September, and on Tuesday. I will read.
Okay, so you can clearly see you need two referendum. That is what he said in 2024. There is no constitutional way that Mnangagwa can go to 2030, and we should not accept it. And this is my final position on this matter. We have no support for 2030, and we're not afraid to express that opinion. And also, I am calling upon everyone to support the resistance to Mnangagwa's 2030 agenda. So resist this thing and resist it with every single power that you've got. This is the worst thing ever to happen to our country. We cannot allow it during our time. So you cannot allow it when you're there to allow such a thing. So what I'm asking for is we need to build a stronger opposition. And the biggest problem we have in the opposition is that there's no money. So there's no money for us to do much of the things that we want to do. We've been approaching many people to say, help us to build an opposition. And to build an opposition, they are going up against people with millions and millions. And we are failing to raise even 50,000. So that is the problem that we have in Zimbabwe. No one wants to support the opposition. And I'm talking here to people that have got the means, people who are like-minded, to us. Don't leave us to just do this thing. Yesterday, people had to go by bus. Nyokaima Bun, who is in jail, contributed. You heard Sarawaka speaking. Nyokaima Bunu refused to eat yesterday so that Sarawaka can travel. There is no money in the opposition. No one is supporting the activists. And we need this to be sorted out. We need money so that we are able to push this, to organize the opposition. We can blame Chamisa most of the time, but it's actually not Chamisa's fault. There needs to be more funds in the opposition. And I'm appealing to people to assist, because we're at a critical moment right now where we need to oppose ED 2030. And this is at a big cost. As you are aware, people are in jail right now. 10 people, 10 war veterans have been jailed yesterday. So I want to show you, if you didn't see this, 10 war veterans have been jailed for the protest yesterday. And they don't have lawyers. They are working without lawyers. I don't know if you saw that. And so someone needs to assist. We can't allow this situation to continue where our people are just jailed and they go around without assistance. And they're trying to fight such a big problem. Want our economy to function. People are struggling. So look at this, what happened today. These are our war veterans who were arrested for the march yesterday. You can see that they don't have a lawyer. They are with the security here, with no lawyers. So these kind of things, these guys are fighting or resisting ED 2030. ED 2030 is not legal, it's unconstitutional. So look at them. You are sitting in your house right now, and the guys who are fighting to fix this country, look at them. Do you think these guys have got capacity to protect themselves? They're probably going to be jailed for months and months. And most of us are in a position where we can be away, or we can work our way around. So that's what I'm appealing for. Let's have more support for the opposition. You can't build an opposition without money. And that is because ZANU-PF has got lots of funds. But resisting ED 2030, it's a national duty, even for people in ZANU-PF. You have to resist it, because when the next president comes, they're going to say, I want to extend the constitution, my limit. I want to go for another 15 years. Mnangagwa has already served Mugabe's term. He has served 5 years. Then he served his own 5 years, this second 5 years. And he wants to serve another 3 or so years. And the country is collapsing. Things are going down. We should not allow it. And as I said, do not be afraid. The numbers that we have are so big. So we've got 15 million against Tagwiri, Mnangagwa, Tumbarara, and all those people that we listed. We don't want it, so they must be told that that's not allowed, and the message must be emphatic. And also, we need to support Chiwenga regarding the resistance that has been putting up. Without Chiwenga, nothing of what we're talking about now was going to be possible. These guys have been stopped for a whole year from going to 2030 by Chiwenga. So Chiwenga has done a very good job stopping them. So let's not allow it. Let's not allow the butchering of our constitution. All right, let's go to the comments. Let me tell you something about Zimbabweans. Well, cowards, look what happened in Madagascar and Mozambique. Mukoma Ali, let me tell you something. People are so angry about what Mnangagwa has done. You're going to see what is going to happen. This year is going to be the most difficult year for Mnangagwa. We don't accept it. And it's not even young people. They fought for the country just for Mnangagwa and his friends. Yes, those people who we are seeing right now were jailed protesting. Most of them left South Africa to go to Zimbabwe because the guys in Zimbabwe can't protest. And then they were arrested. Currently, war veterans have been pushing for this to be not to happen. There is a group of war veterans that are currently in office. Some of them are in top positions in ZANU-PF, some of them in top positions in security structures. These guys have sold out the purpose of the revolution, why they went to war. Do they think the country is doing well right now? So if the country is not doing well, why are they supporting what is happening right now? They are afraid. They are full of fear. That is the problem. They are full of fear. And we don't want people that are full of fear, especially at that level, should be able to challenge and say what you're doing is not allowed. If Mnangagwa is going to be managing to walk, don't worry about walking. We want him to go on his day. We don't care about what he's doing. This is embarrassing things to us, but why do we even need a term extension? It's not the ZANU of people. It's a small group and a clique. And we need to smoke them out and make sure that they are taken out of our political system. We don't want that political system. And as I said, the problem we have is there's no money in our opposition. We have a problem with our financiers, people that have got money, people that are capable within the opposition, they don't support. Why do you let a guy who doesn't even have a shirt, one shirt in 1,000, try to fight people with millions and millions? So I want to challenge people who are capable. Come out and help. When we go out to you and say, help us. When Nyoka Mabuni is arrested and is stuck in jail for months and months, we fail to raise 5,000. When these old guys are arrested, they're in jail right now. Since yesterday, no lawyer, no one is assisting. Who do you think is going to stand up and fight if there's no money? So we need to have money in the system, and I am calling upon all the guys who are capable, contact us and make sure that we are capable of fighting and going up against Mnangagwa. Some of us have got big platforms. If we are able to come out and speak out against what Mnangagwa is doing, they are going to stop it. So right now, Mnangagwa is going to stop it. It's not going to continue. If we all stand up and say we don't want ED 2030, so we don't want people that are pushing it to someone else or someone who people hesitating. There must be a national consensus that we don't want Mnangagwa to go to 2030. We cannot have a country collapsing because of what Mnangagwa is doing. This is garbage. So we don't like it. All right. Gambakwe, get M31 going. Yes, we are going to get M31 going. But as I'm saying, we've sent out so many letters. We've approached so many people. Our people that have got money, they must understand that they are responsible for making sure that there is funding in the opposition. We need that funding so that we can go to Harare and we can sit there and challenge these things in court from a political party perspective. At the moment, no one wants to go there because they don't have money. They don't want to be stuck in court. We should be going to court right now. As soon as they start the parliamentary processes, we should be on the ground. But we can't be on the ground because, do you know some of us? How do you make a living? Do you know if Gambakwe is eaten today? Those are the kind of things that we need to deal with. So someone leaves their child or their family in South Africa. They go to Zimbabwe, they get locked up, like Job Scala was locked up for 200 days or 300, 500 days. And his family has got nothing to eat. So we need to make sure that our opposition is funded. That is the first place we need to go. Once our opposition is funded, someone knows that if they're in jail, their family is eating. And then we don't take 2 or 3 people. We want to take 500 people to Zimbabwe. We want to take 1,000 people to Zimbabwe. So that those jails are full. We want those jails to be full. We don't want 10 guys like what you've seen here. We want buses to go to Harare. We want to take people to the Harare CBD and make sure that we have good capacity. Mnangagwa knows what he's doing is illegal. It's not allowed to extend the constitution. So let it be clear that's not allowed to extend the constitution. And since January, this is the message that has been going out. That is why people like Nyoka Mabuni are in jail for 2030. And we've just allowed it to happen today. So let's not allow it. It's not allowed. And it must also be clear to the military guys, to the police, to all the service chiefs that they are complicit in this butchery of the constitution that is going on because they are cowards. They cannot stand up and make a call and say you can't do it. Our parliament is full of people that are not capable to stand up and say we can't do this. Our Senate the same. We don't want it. We don't want this nonsense that is taking place in Zimbabwe. Pardon, Gambakwe, you can't fight a military state with democracy. You can fight it with funding. So at the moment, like I'm telling you, our guys, they have got to go to work. So some of our activists, they work. Some of them, I drop them off at their work after they finish their activism. We want to be capable of setting up an office, having the way of transporting our people, having ways of getting our lawyers. At the moment, there's not even an office where people can go to say, let's call, something has happened. So that is the problem. We don't have capacity and support, and we want that support. That is my last message that I have now. It's clear that no one wants this 2030. And we're not afraid. Myself, I'm not afraid of Mnangagwa. I'm not afraid of one person that is doing something that is not allowed in the constitution of our country. So I don't know if you guys are afraid, but I can assure you that I've got no fear myself. So don't have fear. Let us stand up against this thing. And as I said, support Chiwenga. He's done so well. He has been one man against all these people. How can you pass a resolution to say, if you say anything against the resolution, that's a gross misconduct? What kind of a resolution is that in a democratic party? And Opanchukwu didn't even give it a chance. And they had only 100 people there. So I told you they only put 10 people from each province. Not the majority of ZANU accepted this. And this is an unpopular decision. Mnangagwa destroyed his own image. All right. Get M3 off the ground. Money will be donated by, I don't want money from 1,000 people. I've told my guys, don't look for money from 100,000 people. We want to go to a billionaire, a millionaire, a company. We want you guys to participate. Why are you a billionaire and you're sitting there doing nothing when these things are happening? We want capacity. You are Zimbabwean. You are the only people allowed to sponsor our parties. Sponsor political parties. Let's have strong political parties. Look at South Africa. There is reporting here on who is sponsoring political parties. And it's all people who are here, our billionaires. And most of you guys are outside the country. Why are you scared? So we need support. We need these things to be supported. I don't want to have a situation like Nyoka where he's stuck in jail because he can't pay $5,000 to go to the High Court. And obviously, we have to start again now. We have to start working harder. We have to oppose Mnangagwa as hard as possible, as we were doing before. Because Mnangagwa is disappointed everybody with this ED 2030. It's very disappointing and unheard of. In the region, this is very bad. You made Zimbabwe a laughing stock where a president wants to extend the term. At the funeral of Myoma, Mnangagwa was told by the wife that this 2030 is not to be done. It's terrible. Okay, I think we've covered it. Let's all reject 2030. And secondly, we want support. We want our people to be supported. We don't want to have the struggle by ourselves. Those guys who are in jail, if you're in Harare and you are a lawyer, go and assist them. Don't let people just go by themselves. If you're a lawyer and you're in South Africa, go and help Nyoka to appeal at the High Court. Don't just sit there and let people suffer for trying to help the situation. All right. I would like to thank all of you for watching. And as I'm saying to you, we're not going to back down. I've got no support for ED 2030, and we will not support it. And what a shame to those people who do. If you support ED 2030, your day is coming. So your day is coming. You are destroying our country. You are joining the people that are destroying our country. And what? For what? For nothing. Okay, I think we've covered it. Let me go and do my workout. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And a good night to you all.